Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Boy Gardening. My name is Nigel. I am in the midst of packing some plants for shipping, and I thought I should do a video where I cover how I pack, but also very importantly, how you should handle new plants. So if you want to see how I pack my plants, but also learn how to properly care for new plants that you have bought, keep on watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment for any questions. I will try to answer any questions that's in the comments. So if you're ready, let's go pack some plants. Okay, so I got some orders this week. It is winter time, so I tend not to want to sell too much because it is just harder, and also it's the holiday season, so for shipping it can be a little bit tricky if your plant is stuck somewhere when it's like freezing temperature. It's like really worrying, but nonetheless I have one plant that is already packed. So this is how I pack my plants. This is a 2.5 by 2.5 inch pot square, and recently I thought I should just add on this little clear container. Usually I use just a round cup like this one, but I realized that this might not be the most aesthetically pleasing kind of material. So I am including this, they're all like dessert cards, but this one, it's gonna help you when you receive your plants to just have it on while you rehab, or you try to like acclimatize that new plant to your environment, right? So environment wise, we have different things to look out for. Lighting, we have temperature, and then we have humidity, and then also how wet the substrate is. And all these things need to be taken into account when you want to make sure that your new plant acclimatize and then start thriving. So yes, I am going to improve and see how I can make sure that even after you guys get the plants, you guys have a easy way to kind of acclimatize that plant to your environment. So when the plant is shipped, and I think most plants, there's a lot of protective layers around it. And then when it's in the box, the humidity in the box is actually kept really high if it's like very securely packed, right? Especially when it is also a colder season, there's more humidity that's trapped in the box. The plant is still alive, it's respiring. So there is high humidity in the box. When you take the plant out of the box, there is a drop of the humidity, and the plant might be like, oh my God, what's going on? And start to struggle. So when you guys receive new plants and maybe the plant started crashing very quickly over a couple of days or even overnight, it's because of that. There's a change, a too big of a change. Imagine even if you have like 85%, 80% humidity, that's actually really good for anthuriums, right? But when they have been in an environment where it's close to like 95 to 100, a 10% drop or 15% drop in humidity is a lot, even though 85% humidity, it's good, right? And so it is the change. It's always how, like when we get into shower, it's a shock of, that change of temperature that we're like, oh, we don't like, right? And then like when you get out of shower, it's also that change of temperature that makes you very uncomfortable, but then we get used to being in the shower or out of the shower, right? If that analogy resonate with you. So it is the change that is causing the Anthurium, the new seedling, big or small, to kind of like falter a little bit. Of course, the smaller the seedling, the more sensitive. So I'm including this so that it looks kind of nice enough for you to have it on when you take the plant out of the box, right? So it's shipped like this. when you get your seedling, take out everything. You can check the roots, and then you are going to place this back on so that the humidity, and if you want to even spray some nutrient kind of like mix that you do, because there is the plant can absorb nutrients through their leaves. We call it foliage feeding. So if you want to spray some like nutritious water on the plant's leaves, is okay. And then you got to put this back on. One thing that I am very, very strict about my own plants, my new plants, and whether is it like buying from like a big seller or like, like whoever, it does not matter. You have to quarantine your plants. Please. You have to quarantine your plants, and even like plants from me, right? I would suggest quarantine the plant, which means that the plant should be kept in an enclosed environment away from your other plants, or the whole collection. Do not just put the new plant into your IKEA cabinet with the other plants. Your new plant in the IKEA cabinet. Other plants are doing well, but that plant is struggling. It's because of that. It's just not used to your environment, right? Really, I'm going to show you. This is what I did. Okay, so I bought this plant. Okay, so this is a new plant that I bought a week ago. And what I do, I repotted it. I found like nice pots to put it. Nice pot, just like soft drink, like boba cups, and then I put a dome over it, and I then just leave it. I leave it for at least 1 or 2 weeks. I know you're like, what? I have to do that? Yes, for new plants, especially anthuriums, and I know, like we all. There's debate whether you want to use clear containers or you want to use like black pots. I like to use clear containers for my new plants so that I can really see the roots. Once you know that there's roots that look like this, like fuzzy white with yellow tip, it means that the plant is actually happy. Happy roots, happy plants. And you can see that there's condensation in this container, right? All the leaves look just like how they were coming in. And this is how I would keep my new plants. And then if you want to slowly acclimatize, you can cut holes up here, and then you just like monitor the condensation. But this level of condensation is definitely 100% humidity. And this is a way to quarantine your plant, but also to rehab, acclimatize your plants, right? Having them in an enclosed environment. And if you don't, and then if you have a big tub, as you can see, we have all these tubs. You can also put, if you buy like a big box, you buy a lot of plants from a particular, like one seller, and then you can just put all of them in this toad, and then have it closed. If you want to spray whatever pesticide you want or nutrient water you want on the leaves, right? But keep them isolated, keep them in a safe space. If you don't have a space like a toad, a Rubbermaid kind of like big container, you can just put it like this. This is just one plant, right? So this is just a good way to really, really acclimatize your plants to your environment. Very safe. It's very, very unlikely that you'll lose a plant like this, especially when I said, right, when it's in the shipping box for even a day, the humidity builds up because in the dark, the plant, they respire, they produce carbon dioxide. They take in oxygen and they produce carbon dioxide, and that saturation is going to build up the humidity around the plant to keep the plant not go dehydrated. And this is how we go from shipping box to, later into your IKEA cabinet. But also, a lot of my plants, I do grow my seedlings in 100% humidity. So, guys, every order that you get from me, you will have this. This is a thank you package. We will do a revamp of this because I have so many new swag coming. But yes, this, you have a bookmark in there, Boy Gardening, House of Boy Gardening bookmark. This is the first series, and you have all not all, but like a couple of several many of the crosses that we make, and then you have some stickers in there, there's some cards in there, but then there's a letter in there that is gonna tell you about our royalty program. But then our Anthurium care tips, this is at the back, and it says here, first thing, humidity. All our seedlings are grown in 90 to 100% humidity, right? 90 to 100% humidity. Even in our, okay, I can show you guys. Like this is, for example, melees, right? It's in this tub, and you can see this condensation up here. Yes, and this is just how I grow, because of space constraint. I built it. I built it all the way up, and then it's just very, very easy for me to go away for a holiday, because the plants are in a very consistent, very stable environment. Temperature, humidity, like it's just very, very stable at a very high, like 90 to 100%, right? So please read this. This gonna help some of you who are having like questions about how I can safely have my beloved Boy Gardening plants go from the shipping box to my IKEA cabinet or my greenhouse, like smooth transition. So look at this one. This is a Bare Luxury. We are kind of not selling these ones anymore. But yes, so this one, it is, I kept this in a box, right, with other of its siblings. And when so it's already in a very high humidity. And then when I wrapped it, it will be in very high humidity too. And then if you put like insulation or whatever, definitely, right, there's no chance of humidity like leaving the surrounding of this plant. So we have this. I'm gonna pack this up. This is one of the last ones that we have. I'm just not a good Lux grower, and so I don't think I want to like hold on to too many of these or make any more Lux hybrids in the future. I actually don't have any Lux mother plant anymore. Yes, so this is a red crystal, really, really pretty. We have more red crystals here. I try to not ship plants that have like really, really, really new emergence, because new emergence, when they're so young, when they have like big temperature flux, usually the first leaf, the new emergent might be damaged or melt or whatever. This is a really pretty one. This is a King David. Look at this, so dark, and it's like scythes jumping. But look at this. Oh my god, it has like this nice sheen to it. So beautiful, so healthy. This is the King David's that's gonna go to a new home. This is another King David. I think there might be only about less than 60. This is a very, very small batch of King David. Like Ace of Spades. So King David, it's Goliath crossed with the Ace of Spades. Oh, look at how pretty this is. The King of Spades, the Ace of Spades is actually just not a very easy mother plant to handle. This is Melees with the NES red crystal crossed with the No ID Vega. Look at this, the texture is already coming, and there's so many like upgrades, like the tones of this, you can see. And so wow, this is like one of my my favorite crosses with the No ID Vega. Is this variegated? Oh my gosh, this is one of my deepest fear, to send something that's like variegated. But can you see there is such bulletedness, bubbliness on the leaves? Oh my gosh, so pretty. So this is the Melees. But yes, I just want to emphasize that you know, when you buy a new plant, you have to quarantine it. Doesn't matter where you get it from this very legit seller or from a seller that promise you there's no bugs, no 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 no. No, you have to quarantine it for pets, for even like some bacteria or fungi infection. You don't know, and then of course to just make sure that the conditions that it's in is not too different from what it is in the shipping box. But even also, like, before the shipping box, for me, my plants, they're in such high humidity. Just for me, it's just a good, easy way to manage my thousands of seedlings. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I am going back to packing these plants and shipping them. And we have so many updates coming. But yes, the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye Club is on. Our merch is growing. There's still more Forgetti Eye themed, and also like My Player, the Stranger Things themed swag that's gonna be pushed out. I've just finished the first 4 episodes of season 5 of Stranger Things, and oh my god, it never disappoints. So yes, I hope you guys are catching Stranger Things season 5 too. For those of you who are lucky enough to already have a Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye, congratulations. I have been seeing spectacular picture. Yes, the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye is a pure Forgetti Eye, and when we self it, we realize that yep, very consistent. It is a pure Forgetti Eye. There is no other looks that's coming out from the self, except of course there's variation when it comes to maybe the growth patterns, like how fast it's growing, and also how thick or how thin or how like invisible the pentavein pattern is. But the pentavein, it's very, very stable from seedling all the way to when it is mature. And yeah, like I have been searching for years for different kind of Forgetti Eye, and also for Forgetti Eyes that might look like the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye. But what I've found is that every time I thought I found something that's quite similar, when the Forgetti Eye, the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye look alike, when they grow up, the mature leaf always just turn out to be a normal looking Forgetti Eye with, a lot of veins poking up. It's just not as clean as that. So yeah, I'm not too worried about people finding a Forgetti Eye that looks quite similar to the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye, because you just got to grow it out and see. But the closest, even the closest Forgetti Eye that looks like the Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye that I got from overseas, I got it here. In pictures, it looks very similar, but then like in person, I'm just like, no. I mean, the mature form, where like even with the pentaveining, I'm just like, no. I know it's like slightly different. So maybe I can make a video next time about the different Forgetti Eyes, and also how they slightly differ. But yes, nonetheless, congratulations to those who have snagged a Mind Flayer Forgetti Eye already. We are not gonna have any more for sale until maybe I just want to time everything according to the Stranger Things schedule. Everything is planned, and I planned this for 2 years, because the last season, 2023, was season 4, right? So everything is planned, and I'm just so happy that it has come out very beautifully, well received, and we have our new merch line. So thank you everybody who bought something already. You can have your new merch when we watch how the rest of the season go for season 5 for Stranger Things. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Go to boygardening.com, and then you can look at our new tabs. We have a new section for our crosses. It's called Our Crosses on the website. And then we also have the parent page revamped, so that we can just have all the parents that we are going to be using for our crosses. And then, of course, the My Flair Forgetti Clubs tab. And then when you click on that, it can really just show you all the merchandise that we have. And we just have a really good range. Like, it's something for everybody. T-shirts, poker cards. We have mugs, we have phone cases. So if you're really into Anthuriums, you're really into the My Flair Forgetti, Stranger Things, I think it's a good gift for yourself or for anybody else. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.